Hello, wonderful people. Here's Alexandra speaking. I'm very happy to be here with you today. And I'm here for the reading, the tarot reading, daily tarot reading for Wednesday, the 20th of February 2019. Today I'm using the Intuitive Tarot. This is Czech edition. I think it's the only widely available edition now. What do I want to say? Well, the sun has moved into Pisces, so let's welcome Piscean watery energy. Is that it? No, it's not. Not that bell. Here we have water. Pure gentleness. But the moon is still in Virgo. We had a full moon yesterday and the moon is still in the sign, so that's Earth. Reassuring bell, quite supple. All right. Let's focus on the reading. 3 cards for the day. Wednesday, the 20th of February 2019. That's the first card. It wants to go out, definitely. So, as you can see, I'm picking them up today. This one wants to show up. And the third one. Of course, the reading is done for our greatest good, and I'm asking pure light and source of everything that is for guidance for all of us watching this. This one. Okay. I don't know if they are not upside down. No, they are not. So, what we have, the 7 of Swords, a 3 of Swords, and the Ace of Discs. Wow! It's the first time I have this card in the reading, so it's very welcoming. Okay, let's reposition the camera and let's see what this day is about. It's a very mysterious reading for me, a very special one, a very inward one. When we move from the realm of intellect through some kind of realization and pain into the core of something, into the deepest reservoir of palpable energy that we can use in life. First card, 7 of Swords. What you see here is someone who's in a foreign land, a very strange one with a green sky, and he's just looking. He's very small here in, or she perhaps, in this picture, and what he or she doesn't realize is that the solution is just behind this veil of some kind. This, I don't know what it is. It can be a smoke of some kind. All the thoughts possible are hidden here. So this card is very often about being smart and finding solution that is not the first one you have. It's not obvious thing, and that's why sometimes this card is perceived as a sneaky card, that you when you use the energy of 7 of Swords, you use the solutions that are very often not widely accepted. I would say non-conformist, really, and perhaps unpopular, but you can always check within you. That's the most important thing, to check within you. But there is this, I think there's shift in this reading from the energy of the outside circumstances that we see here, and trying to get on with it by your intellectual might, through the realization of inner problems. Three of Swords. It's very sad here in this card. I usually see it in a more optimistic way, but it's quite difficult to do it here. You can see this heart is, it's just pierced through with 2 swords, and the absence of blood is also very important here. There's something white sipping here from this from the heart. It looks like snow a little bit, so the heart isn't pumping the blood. That's always present in this card, that the heart is still, the heart is frozen here. But there's another sword. The 3rd sword is going right through the brain, right through the head. And the feeling I have in this card, in this deck, is that when you remove this sword, the sword going through the head, the energy is not stuck anymore. If you remove this sword first, then you can remove these 2 swords in your heart. So the answer isn't bigger wit or being smart in this situation. The answer is the absence of mind, really. It is not something, what you encounter today, it's not something you can resolve with your mind, with your intellect. I think it goes deeper. I think what we need to do is to reduce thinking into feeling and into doing, really. Ace of Discs, wonderful, wonderful card. New opportunity, new possibilities, a gift from heaven, perhaps a reward, a new chance is given here. For us, perhaps worried by something, perhaps seeing ourselves as unable to move because of those swords. The more you reduce, the more truth you're gonna see, and the easier it will be to the universe to reveal the truth in its core. It's like a very simple message here. This Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Discs. It's like a little grain, like a tiny, tiny nut. It's oneness. It's not complicated. You don't need to think strategically and to be smart, to understand the importance and the worth of this ace. You just need to have your heart open to let it enter you and to be ready to embrace it. And it's not by thinking that you get to the score. So today is not a good day to think about solutions. The more you think about solutions, the more painful you may feel, and the more complicated the situation may occur to you, which isn't necessarily true. I think it is based, the situation we're going to encounter today is very easy one. But the more we wrap it up in our thoughts, the more complicated it's going to be. And when we just get to it as it is, in its pure form, without thinking, just grabbing opportunity, then it's going to work for us. I'm going to pull one more card from the deck I haven't used yet on the channel. And this is Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light Oracle cards. There was a time I couldn't find energy and space for this deck, but now I'm finding it more and more. and I'm gonna pick the card from it, shuffle a little. I want to cut it. I'm gonna pick the third card. So 1, 2, and 3. What's the message? Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? Look at the site. I think it's Petra. It's in Jordan. A wonderful place. If you haven't been there, I highly recommend it. I think it's one of the most wonderful places I've ever been to, created by humans, created by humanity. So now I need to find it. It's Imrama. These are activation. This is activation card, because these cards are divided into suits. Number 98. Let's see what it says. The Celtic word Imrama means a journey of the soul, a voyage on which we don't know where we are going, but our soul knows the way. If you pulled this card, you are either being called... sorry, my dogs were shouting. If you pulled this card, you are either being called on a soul journey or are already on one. It could be to a physical ancient place or metaphoric. When we journey to places that our soul remembers, a shift takes place, both within us and to the planet as well. You are being called to journey to a place that is sacred to your soul. Perhaps it is to journey to the world's sacred sites, or called to cross the country, climb a mountain, lie on the desert floor, or drink from an ancient well. There are places to see and old friends to meet. I see spontaneous pilgrimages in your future. If a physical voyage isn't possible, but this is very much about physical voyage and experiencing the world as it is, right? Ace of Pentacles. It's a very physical card. So if a physical voyage isn't possible, journey through the portal of your heart. Follow the invisible soul trail and be willing to explore. Maybe read a book or watch a movie about a sacred time or place, or perhaps you are being called to study an ancient lineage or body of work. Whatever your circumstances, your soul is ready to journey deep. And we have the possibility to use the activation, work your life light activation. If you want to do this, hold the card or hold your hand on your heart and say, my seeds of light long ago planted begin to rise. I am ready to remember ancient secrets from lands that my soul knows from times past. May I be held by the ancient lineages that my soul has served, and remember that I don't have to do it all alone. And that may be really revealing. Okay, thank you for your time and attention. Have a wonderful day, and I hope I see you tomorrow in the next reading. Until then.